Good morning. Today is Monday, June 14th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan, and we are here in my new garage studio to practice Wudang Taiji. We have Wudang Taiji, the first part of the form. I'm going to cover part of it, I think. Might cover all of it. We're going to have 12 weeks. Today is the first day, so I'm going to focus a bit on the outer movements of the form, do a little preview of what the first part of the form looks like. We'll do some warm-ups and we'll get started with the first couple of moves in Wudang Taiji. This is the traditional form that I learned from Wudang in Zhengzhou in Henan, central China. Started studying with him in 1990. Yay, I go back. I go back. All right, and so my understanding is that his grandfather, Liu Wenzhou, had a good friend, Wang Xixiao, who had been at Wudang, the Wudangshan, at one of the temples. There's many temples there, by the way. There's quite a few of them. There's one main complex, but there's quite a few of them. So Wang Xixiao came to Zhengzhou to stay with his good friend, Liu Wenzhou, who was Liu Yuzhang's grandfather. They would go to the park in the morning and practice, and the young Liu Yuzhang very much enjoyed practicing martial arts. I know this because he told me. And as I developed my skills, I really developed a deep appreciation for these particular arts, as well as the history and some of the stories that go with. Let's get started. And this is here. It'll go eventually. It might stay. I don't know. The reason for the bicycle is because this is where I have to put it, because it has to go someplace. It's also part of my history. So when I'm going back, this is now, we're in 1990, and I was in Zhengzhou in central China. Hey, yeah, I was. And it was winter. And my friend loaned me a bicycle to ride to the park so that I could get there before 6 o'clock in the morning. So I would have to pay for the ticket to get into the park. I still have a ticket from the park, by the way. So yeah, I got receipts for lots of things. And so I ride on the bike, get to the park, get off the bike, maneuver the bike through the gate, and go on to class. That was my transportation. All right, so one of the things that I do is this basic stretch, and we're going to do this right now. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight, shoulders down and relaxed, and hands circle to the front, back around to both sides, up along the center line, reach out over the legs, keep shoulders down and relaxed, just stretch out over the legs, bend the knees, reach out over the legs, and roll up through the back. Stretch all the way up, reach out, keep the shoulders down, but extend the arms as much as possible. Keep them rounded so it's nice and soft, and roll up. One more time. Reach out.
Roll up.
Yeah. Elbows drop down, fingertips, hands return to your sides. All right, just another little aside here. I'm talking about going to W and Jingzhou and going to practice and stuff. Most of the time, by the time I arrived at the park, I was already pretty well warmed up. Okay? Here, I'm walking from one part of the house to the other, so there's not a lot of opportunity for me to warm up on the way. So this stretch is something that I learned from my very first Taiji teacher, Huang Weilun, and it was something that he taught and we practiced at the very beginning of every class. Now there's a whole set that goes with that, but just that one stretch is usually enough, if you do it fully, to get everything warmed up. Now, there's some more stretches, there's some more stuff we're going to do. I'm going to preview right now, just a little bit, the first part of Wudang Taiji. Okay? Just a little bit, so you can get a sense of what we're doing and where we're going with this. Okay, so start out, and I'm going to stop talking. Yeah, I need to be up here. Excuse me. I'm going to stop talking while I do this. I was looking to pick which movement I was going to stop at. Those of you who have followed me and are learning Wudang Qigong, you will notice that several of the moves from our Wudang Qigong are here. Okay? Palm supporting heaven. Right? Alligator playing in the water. This one. Right? So as we work through each of the moves, as we work through the set, there's a couple more moves on the end. This form goes long, so there will likely be, if I decide I'm going to teach the whole thing end to end, there will be a point where we'll have to back up. Okay, so just let you know, it's one of the advantages of practicing outside. There are no walls. You're not going to run into anything other than perhaps another human or maybe, fall off the sidewalk or something. But it's there aren't usually any, maybe a tree if you don't move out of the way. All right. So I'm going to talk about the internal work tomorrow a bit more. It's in many ways much more essential in Wudang Tai Chi to understand what's going on inside, because otherwise the movements will tend to appear blocky and disconnected. Okay? So Want to pay attention to the physical shape of the movements today, pay a little attention to the internal work tomorrow. As we start out this form, right? Stand straight, feet together, hands at your sides. Okay? This is pretty standard for everything. Same with the salute. That's pretty standard. There are different, I will say this, there are different schools that have different methods that do different things. Okay? This salute is just pretty much across the board a standard thing for everybody that I've seen do anything, pretty much. Again, there's a few that do something a little bit different. But for the most part, and particularly for all of the folks that I saw and studied with in China, as well as the events in China and some of the international events that I've judged, this is a standard salute. It's pretty straightforward. Feet together matters. This is rude. In my study, it's rude. Feet together. Right hand into the left. Left is open. Both hands come together. Extend just a little bit and bring it in and down. One more time. It's not something that should be affected. No, don't do that. Please don't do that. Right? Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. What about you? Should be polite, not affected, not how strong can I make this, not how aggressive can I do this, not nothing. It should be polite. That's the point of the salute, is to be polite. If you don't want to be polite, don't salute. I mean, that's really easy. Okay, now, we want to be polite. Nice and easy. Okay? As we open, right? So we're here, salute. Now I'm going to shift my weight to my right. Push on the left heel as I sink. Open the left, turn the toes. Pull the right in on the toes, push it out on the heel, and turn it to the front. Okay? This is our opening. Do it with me. Feet together, stand straight. Hello, how are you? Nice salute. I'm polite. Thank you. All right? Shift the weight onto the right. Sink into the legs. Push the left out on the heel. Turn the toes to the front. Pull the right toes in. Push out on the heel. Turn the toes to the front. Center. All right. That adjustment, right, gives us our opening position. As I turn each direction, I'm paying attention to that direction. So it's not I should have a sense that whatever is in my field of vision is something I'm paying attention to. Let me step up here a little bit. Right? So the idea behind the movement, I'm focused on what's going on. This is part of our practice. This is a little bit of a crossover between the physical and the internal. There's no way around it. Okay. This idea that I should be paying attention starts at the beginning. That I have intent, that my mind is part of the exercise, and that my intent, what I'm thinking about, what might be going on behind my thoughts, is something that I should be paying attention to. In this case, that going on behind is, let me look. Let me open my eyes and look around the room and see what's there, or across the space. Because as I turn here, come across to here, and back to center. This focus is something that is a little bit more of an advanced practice. It's something that is fundamental to me for what I learned from Professor Liu in Wudang Taiji. So here it is. The point that the key thing that I really want to make clear is that this is not close your eyes and turn and turn and turn. This isn't a, oh, let's see, when am I going to get to the grocery store today? This is a practice that we actively pay a lot of attention to. It's a very active Taiji system. I compare it frequently to the other system that I know quite well, Yang style Tai Chi. In Yang style Tai Chi, we are also paying attention, but there are some fundamental differences in the way that we use the energy and in the way that we conceive of what we're doing through the movements. As you can compare with some of the videos that I have, you'll see that Wudang Tai Chi is quite different than Yang style Tai Chi. I'll show you. Alright. Opening move for Wudang Tai Chi. We're working on this right now. Stand straight. Salute. Sink into the right. Push the left heel out. Pull the right in and push it out. Come to center. Start here. Yang style Tai Chi. Salute. Transfer the weight to the right. Open the left. Center. The character of these two systems is quite different. Okay? So just trust me on that. They're both Tai Chi, so there's certain things that are common. But the character of the form and the nature of the practice is different. Alright. I'm here, now what? Turn to the left. Up and down. Up along center line. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright? This alligator playing in the water, palm supporting heaven, alligator playing in the water, is also, I don't say it's also part of Wudang Qigong. This is Wudang Qigong method number 5. alligator playing in the water. Alright? So, as we get started, do with me. Stand straight, feet together. Salute. Nice and easy, be polite. Shift the weight to the right, sink into the right leg, bend the knee, and push the left heel out, turn the toes. Pull the right toes in, push out on the heel, turn the heel, center. Turn to the left, reach down along the leg, pull up, come across at the center chest, down the right side, come to center, sink, and press up. Okay? Again, feet together, stand straight, salute, all the weight on the right, push the left out, turn the toes, bring the right toes in, push out on the heel, turn, center, turn to the left, sink, up along the left side, both hands come across at the chest and down on the right, up along center line, palms turn over and push up. Relax for a minute. All right. With each of these moves, we have some small adjustments. We have some things that we do that are part of what we do, right? So, I'm one of the principles that we have is that yes, your feet can move a little bit. In some cases, your feet need to move a little bit, right? In traditional Yang style Tai Chi, once you put your foot there, it doesn't go anywhere. It's there. You put it where it needs to go, it's there. There's no shift this and not. We can get away with a little bit, but in the traditional form, no. In Wudang Tai Chi, we have. Right? I'm here. I've just opened. Watch my feet. I mean, yeah. Make sure. I gotta make sure my feet are in the picture there. All right. All right. So we're here. I just did this, right? So now I'm here. As I turn, watch the heel. Just a little, not a lot. Just a little. So advantages to be had if you're on concrete, sand, not carpet. Carpet doesn't move nearly as well. Okay, so I'm here, sink, and come through. As I come up one side, come across, and down on the other. Turn to the center. Okay, this. I'm thinking about if I'm going to do this or not, and I'm decided I'm going to do it. All right, so just for a minute, and then you're going to do this with me. Open, right? Yes, it does go all the way down. All right, this a little more work to do, huh? Wudang Tai Chi, the version that I have, the best of my understanding is an older form. It's an older system. It's not been as refined in many ways as we can say traditional Yang style has been refined over the years. Traditional Yang style is a very elegant form. It's practiced fully. There are, I would venture to say, millions of practitioners. Some of whom may not know they're practicing traditional Yang style, but they are. So there are millions of practitioners. It's been refined and developed to be a beautiful and a very elegant form that retains all of its traditions in the internal arts. Wudang Taiji, not so much refined. It's easier to see a lot of what we're doing. It is. All right, let's do it again. Feet together, stand straight. Relax the back, drop the shoulders. Salute. Shift the weight onto the right, sink into the right leg, push the left out. Pull the right in and push out. Center, turn to the left. Down, up along the left side, turn to the right, down along the right, up along center line, sink, and push up. Again, feet together, stand straight, salute, sink into the right, open the left, pull the right in, push it out, center, turn to the left, down, up, across, down, come to center, up along center, and push up. As you push up, so here, one, down, watch my back. Don't lean. This goes straight up, right? If I'm here, I'm going that way. Not happening. So, you want that straight line as you sink. That means we need to open the hips. Okay? Now, I did one basic warm-up this morning. And then I moved right into what we're doing with Wudang Taiji. And I'm going to review this one more time before I close class today. What my hope was for today is to introduce the first part of the form, much of it as I did. And it's a long first part. It's a lot longer and more complicated than the first part of Yang style. Okay? Wudang style has 2 parts, Yang style has 3. The first part of Yang style is very simple. The other 2, not so much, but I'm going to record that later. Right now, with Wudang Taiji, the idea is that we're paying a lot more attention to greater use of the physical body. So, smaller movements are okay. It's fine. But I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on what I learned back in the 90s. So I've been practicing since then. I didn't just learn it back then and stop. I've been practicing this entire time. So it's not just, oh, I learned this back then and we're going back there for a minute. No, this is something that I have practiced for 30 years. Since 1990, when I learned it. So, there's that. All right, so as we move through each of the postures in Wudang Taiji, there are certain things that we must pay attention to. And just as I called out just now, this idea of bending in the hip so that you go straight up. As I turn here to sink down, I need to keep my back straight, no leaning, no this. You can't lean forward and do this. Now, there is an application behind this that requires a lift. In order to do the lift, you got to go down first. So, down and then up. And it's straight up and straight down. It's not go here, lean back, do this. So, to do that, the physical requirement to do that is the hip has to be open enough to let you. The other part of it is your legs have to be strong enough to do it. Alright? So, two parts. Open the hip, strengthen the leg. I have, excuse me, I have a couple of sets to help do that. First one, and do this with me, I have, face this way, right leg front, as if we're in a line. Alright? Back leg needs to hold, right? If I'm on carpet, my back leg is probably not going anywhere. But if I don't hold my back leg on concrete, it's going to slide. I don't want to do that. Okay? I want it to hold. So, one, and don't push into the knee, push down. You're pushing forward, but don't push into the knee. I don't know how to stress that strongly enough. Use the back of the leg, not the front. This pulls up, this holds, this works, and this works. And hip works. Lots of hip. Pull up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Turn to the other side. Left leg front. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I was going to stop at 16. I was. Alright, there are some additional low sets that I'm not going to do this morning, but I am going to introduce a little bit tomorrow. There are also some leg sets that take the leg up. That I will be introducing. I'm not going to do this today, but I will be introducing those sets as well. These sets, these warm-up sets, are blanket across the board. Anybody that's doing some kind of martial arts is going to do some of this. The kicks are traditional. Anybody that learns martial arts in China learns these kicks. Okay, it's a fundamental for pretty much anybody, right? This method takes the hands to both sides. Heel, straight up. Heel to the opposite shoulder. Outward circle. Inward circle. Okay? My forearms will get better. My forearms will get better. Alright. These sets, along with some additional stretches, are things that I am going to be introducing in this class. This class is going to be much more aligned with a lot of my earlier practice than with some of the things that I've been doing more recently. Okay, so more recently, it's not a bad thing. The more recent stuff is good, trust me. But as I'm presenting and as I'm working to document some of the things that I've learned, one of the methods, one of the techniques that I have found to be very useful for me to do that is to kind of focus or try to focus a little bit on where I am. And obviously, what time is it? I introduce everything by day and time anyway. But where am I? What am I doing? This setting very much reminds me of those early days. I'm on concrete, there's a bicycle over here, there's traffic going by, there's, the world is waking up, it's early morning, here we go. And I want to, best as I can, capture some of that in these sessions. So I hope that you enjoyed what we did today. Let's review just real quick. We started with a salute, and I talked about trying to make that polite as opposed to some kind of effective thing where you're doing some kind of funny thing with your hands and making some kind of hand. Don't do that. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Circle, close, open, and return. Okay? It can be lighter or stronger, but don't do weird things with it. Just don't. Alright? Feet together. This I consider extremely rude. And so does everybody that I've been associated with. Feet together. Salute. Feet apart. I really don't care about you. Feet together. I'm going to be polite and respectful, thank you. Matters. As we start, sink, open, push through the heel, turn the toes. Pull in on the toes, push out on the heel. Center. Turn to the left heel can move a little bit. This does go all the way down, come across, and back down. Center, palms turn over, press up. This is what we covered this morning. I'm going to cover these same movements with a little bit more focus on the internal work, breathing, and touch on the application just a little bit tomorrow. Hope to see you then. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and welcome to my new studio.